Hello everyone, welcome to Ian's Bricks, and today I just want to talk about a few sets where the retirement dates of the Lego sets have actually changed recently. This information I actually get from a Discord channel called Brickhound, and also from Brick Fanatics as well. They have very good lists of retiring Lego sets, and what you find is that at the start of the year Lego will have a list. I'm assuming it's something they give to retailers, and then that sort of leaks to the public on these Discord channels and things. And then as the year goes on, sets maybe sell better than they thought or don't sell very well, and those dates will change. Now unfortunately there's quite a few dates that have been extended. There are some sets as well which I think are quite good sets which will be retiring earlier. Of course, none of these dates are completely set in stone. They still have the ability to change those dates again, but what I'm going to do first of all is talk about the 6 sets that I've highlighted that will now not be retiring in 2025, which were originally at the start of this year penciled down for retiring. First of which is 10323. It's the Pac-Man set. That is now retiring in July of 2026. It was originally December of 2025. This is a set that I've bought. In fact, all of the sets on this list I've actually bought. So whether you're buying this set to buy for yourself, or whether you're like me, a Lego investor who will buy a set and keep it for a while and then try and sell it on, the Pac-Man set will not now be retiring in 2025. Very good news if you are buying this to build, because it gives you longer to save up for if it's quite an expensive set, quite a large set. Very good set. All of these sets are very good in my opinion actually. But yeah, that won't be retiring now. And also another one that won't be retiring, 43243. That's the Simba, the small buildable Simba from Lion King. Again, that is now retiring in July of 2026, and that originally was December of 2025. So a little bit of an extension for that one. Again, nice little set. I've sold a few of these already at shows and things. Been very, very popular set. I've got one of those myself and built it. Nice little set. Interesting that a lot of these dates have only been moved on for 6 months. So it's not the end of the world. If you have bought a few of these for investment like myself, then you don't actually have to wait too much longer after that for the sets to hopefully finally retire. Another one that's had a retirement date change move, 76917. That's a Too Fast Too Furious Nissan Skyline. That again was supposed to retire in December of 2025, and that's been extended to July of 2026. This has been extended a couple of times already, so I wouldn't be surprised if that maybe got extended again, but for now it's penciled down to retire in the summer of 26, as is the 71426, the Piranha Plant from Super Mario. One of my favourite sets. I built this fabulous little set. I bought a few of them recently that were on sale, I think from Amazon. Again, it was supposed to retire in December of 2025, now retiring in July of 2026. One that's had an extra extension. This has been extended so many times I've lost count now. 40516, the Everyone is Awesome set. That was originally penciled down to retire, I'm sure in 2023, maybe 24. Keeps getting extended. So it was supposed to retire in December 25. It's now down to retire in December of 2026. That's probably another one. That's going to be a set that goes on forever and ever and ever. For whatever reason, it must be a popular set. Lego seem to like it, so they just keep extending the date on that. I bought some of those 2 years ago, and it was a set that was even discounted at the time on Lego.com, but it basically has been extended quite a few times. And one final set that will be retiring a little bit later is 76924. That's the Mercedes AMG double pack. I'm not surprised about this one. Again, it was supposed to retire in December of 2025, now retiring in July of 26. So a little bit of an extension on that one. Really nice set this. I really like it. I've actually bought a couple of these already, so I might be tempted to actually open one of those and build one now, knowing it's going to be lasting a little bit longer. Really big set as well for a Speed Champion set. So none of those, I have to say, were massively surprising for me. Most of them have only been extended by 7 months, so it's not the end of the world, but they're all very, very good sets. I can understand why they're all popular, and yeah, a little bit of a shame. I have actually bought at least one set of each one of those things, multiples for some of them, but I was going to have to hang on to them a little bit longer. And I say, if you are actually just buying to build, then it does give you a little bit longer to buy some of those sets, but a lot of them are on the cheaper side anyway, so there's only really the Pac-Man set, which is what I would consider an expensive set. It's not all bad news though. We have actually got some sets which hopefully will be retiring within 2025. So these were sets which were originally retiring later, but they have been moved forward and will now be retiring in December of 2025. So the first on the list is 10355. That's the Blacktron Renegade. That was originally supposed to retire in July of 2026, and that's been moved forward 7 months to December of 2025. And maybe not a particularly popular set, maybe a little bit overpriced for what it is. Maybe Lego haven't really advertised this very much. I think it came out at a time when lots of other things came out, so it's probably one of those sets that people aren't aware exists, and it's an unusual set. I quite like it, but I'm not quite sure if I would buy too many of these. But certainly if you're into your older style Lego, that Blacktron Renegade, and you want to build it, now would be a good time of thinking about getting that, because it's possibly not going to be on shelves too much longer. Another one that is going to be retiring this year is 76935, and that's the NASCAR Chevrolet Camaro. Again, it was supposed to retire in July of 2026. They moved it forward 7 months, and it's now retiring in December of 2025. Yeah, I'm not sure about this one. I'm not quite sure how well this car will do outside of North America. It's very much got that sort of North American feel to it, NASCAR and all that kind of stuff. But a lot of people do like Speed Champions, and it will be a set, if it does retire in December 25, on a relatively short shelf life. I actually managed to pick up a few of these literally just yesterday from Amazon. They were reduced from £21 down to just under 15, so you can get deals and discounts on this one if you like this particular set. Quite a lot of stickers on that, but it is a very colourful car as well. Whether that goes for or against it, I don't know, but yeah, that should now be retiring in 2025. And then one final set which I was quite surprised about was 40817, and that's the yellow travel suitcase. This is a set which was originally, when it came out at the start of this year, was scheduled to retire in December of 2027, but for some reason they've changed that to December of 2025. Now again, this may change. It might be a set that is just getting overlooked. It's a set you can only get, I think, from Lego and Lego.com. Nice little set. It's only, I think, £13 here in the UK, but it's quite a cute little thing. I quite like it, so I think if it does stay on the retirement list, I'll be keeping an eye on that one, because I think it's an unusual set, and although I won't be able to probably get it with a deal or discount, it is a set that I think could be appealing in the longer term. But for whatever reason, Lego have decided to drastically bring the date forward of that retiring to 2025 from 2027. So that's a big, big difference. So not too many sets that have been brought forward. Now, there are, of course, other sets which have had their retirement dates changed, from Duplo sets to Disney Princess sets, lots of other themes and things like that. I don't obviously want to cover everything in there, but you'll find a full up-to-date list of retiring Lego sets on the Brick Fanatics website. One or two of these I've mentioned today may not be showing on there. It's not always good. I think they update it once a month, so they may not have every single thing that I mentioned on there. So all of the information I've got was from Brickhound, and it's normally a very, very reliable source for Lego retirement dates. And as I mentioned before, there is of course nothing to say that Lego won't change these dates again, but for now there are 6 sets on there that I quite liked as an investment that I'm going to have to wait a little bit longer now before I maybe think about getting some more. But there are 3 sets on there certainly which I'll be looking at hopefully buying a few before the end of the year, because I think they could do quite well once they actually retire. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this list of sort of updated sets that are going to be retiring or not not retiring. One list I haven't done yet is for Star Wars, and the reason I've waited until now is that this time last year there were a load of Star Wars sets which are supposed to be retiring in 2025, and once we'd had the May the 4th promo, they then changed loads of the dates. So I'm kind of waiting for updated lists, hopefully later this month sometime, and I will do a Star Wars list as well once some of the retirement dates have sort of maybe changed or settled down. But for now, that's pretty much it from me. I do hope you enjoyed this video and this list. Thank you very much for watching. Until the next video, take care, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye for now.
Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.